Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Flutter by Nessa, back again with another Project Pan update. I kind of flip-flopped this time on which products I was focusing on from the last time that we had a check-in, or I guess last time I wasn't doing well with really any of them. So this time there's more progress, which is exciting, but we are now into December, so this is the last month of Project Pan. And if you'd like to see where I'm at, just go ahead and stick with me. Let's get into this. I want to start with the ones that are not very impressive. I think I used Cindy Luminizer a couple times, maybe. I don't know that you can see really any progress at all. Like, it's about where it was, honestly. So that one did not get a whole lot of love. Again, the Lorac blush in Velvet Rope, I still really like this color. It's still really good for just kind of an everyday, don't really need to think about it look. It's a pretty, not neutral color, but it's a pretty universal color, I guess. And you've still got a little bit of progress. Hold on. You've got a little bit of progress. All of those craters and dents in there are a little bit more visible, but I didn't get to it much. So those two, there's not a whole lot of progress visible, but I'm still trying. They were like a couple times I used them, so not a whole lot. So the next one that I want to look at that I also did not do super great on is the contour palette, NYX contour palette, highlight and contour. And this one, I've adjusted my lighting this time, so I hope that you can actually see the pans and see the colors that I'm talking about a little bit more true to what they are. This one, you can see that I have pan in the cream one. That one actually has gotten a little bit bigger. And this one in kind of the blush slash bronzer shade has gotten a little bit bigger. I've been really trying to work on the highlight, so I guess I have actually paid attention to this one more than I remembered that I had. And I've been trying to use this yellow color too. The bronzer I have not touched as much because I've been focusing on the Too Faced product. Here, let me give you a close-up of this one. I think you can tell where the pan is and everything and all of those. So, and you can see pan around the edges on the bronzer because I dip into the whole thing. I don't have a pointed brush. It's a very large brush, so it just gets everywhere. So it doesn't show a lot of progress, but it's kind of going over the entire pan. So I guess that one's not as much of a fail as I thought it was in my mind. Actually, we should go into the eyeshadow palette if we're starting with things that I did not do as well with, because I feel like I used this a couple times. Oh, well, maybe I should show you first before I blow it off. You can kind of see in that pink shade up here, is the chunk still there? Anyway, that one's kind of falling apart a little bit. I have tried to use it somewhat, but not nearly as often as I thought I might be able to get myself to. I've been working mostly on Stubborn and Standoffish and Sultry more than anything. I did dip into Seductive and Selfish, and I used a little bit of Sophisticated as well. But overall, I thought I was going to get to this palette more than I did. But there's some progress, so not all hope is lost, I guess. Something that I did really, really well on, and I'm pretty pleased about it, is the Sonia Kashuk Concealer Palette. Whoa, you can't see that at all. Here we go. The concealer palette. Now, I have had pan in these two for a long time, but I just wasn't using them, and I think the pan on the yellow one is a lot bigger, and I think the pan on the lighter shade, excuse me, is less obvious because I've been moving stuff around and actually using it. I use this deeper shade for dark circles because on me it's darker than my natural skin tone, and so it works, and it's got a little bit of a peachy color to it too. So it works for my dark circle under eye area, excuse me. And so I've just stopped using the other products that I was really liking for those things, the Cover FX peach color and whatnot. And I've been using the yellow to correct for hyperpigmentation. I've had a lot of breakouts in the last couple of months. I'm not gonna lie. The last 2 weeks have been really stressful. maybe the week before that too. There's just been a lot going on, and so I think it's just from stress. I don't know. That's my guess. It could be hormonal. What do I know? I don't normally break out as much as I have been dealing with recently, but this has been really, really helpful. The yellow tone has been great. So I'm glad that I decided to try and make myself use it, and then I actually did use it. Let me give you a close-up. Can you see that? The pan there and there. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. I think I've managed to do a lot. One that I've been pretty consistent with this entire time is the Extreme Wear Matte Finish Mousse Blush from Ulta. I just really like this one. It's not hard for me to use. It's not hard for me to want to use. I am happy to reach for it, and I'll be sad when it's gone. It lasts forever, can I just say, because like I said, I've been pretty consistent with this, and it's still got a lot in there. I have expanded the pan in there, which is exciting, and I'm happy with that. I don't remember if I mentioned again the color. It's Peach Glow, and this has been discontinued, I don't know, probably a couple of years ago. This is one of the first things that I got. It was probably on a sale that Ulta was having at the time, so I was like, yeah, I'll try that, because I didn't know what I was doing with cream products. But let me give you a close-up. So you can see I've got some good pan, and it's really just only around the edges anymore. But this I really like because you can layer it on, and it never seems to be too much, and I can wear it when I'm not wearing foundation, when I am wearing foundation, with another blush on its own. It's quite versatile for me, so I'm still really happy with this one. Now onto the Too Faced No Makeup Makeup palette. I am really pleased with how much I've used this because I was not using it at all. And after I made my last update, I tried to recommit to using at least the bronzer shade and the blush shade. And I'm happy to say that I have on several occasions. It hasn't been like a daily, actually it was I had probably a good 4 or 5 days where I was reaching for this every time I was doing my makeup. But then it kind of was more intermittent, but I have actually been using it, which is more than I can say for the checkups before. So the pan on, let me get you back up close. So the pan on the bronzer, again, you can see kind of around the edges that I've been putting my brush everywhere. So it is lowering all the way through. You can't see any kind of a dent whatsoever in this one, in the blush. It's a very light shade, and you don't need much because it's surprisingly pigmented, but not in a bad way. And then I actually have used the cream blush a time or two as well, so I'm happy with that. Now the last product that is still in my project pan that I'm really excited about is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and it's basically gone. It has a little bit, I took the sponge off of this. I don't know if I mentioned that. I mean, I'm sure you've noticed when I've done close-ups if I have, but the sponge was gone because I didn't like the thought of continually using that and having it dry out and then use it again or stay wet, any of that. Anyway, the sponge was removed immediately, but I got down to the very bottom and it started clicking backwards. Like I hit the end of where it would click to, and then it started clicking backwards. So you can see it's all the way down here, and there's just a little droplet that's sitting there at the top waiting for me to finish using it. So I did actually finish a product. I will this week, I'm sure, because it's at its very end. Like I said, it's clicking backwards, so yay! I get to move one more product at least out of this. I honestly don't know that I'm going to make a significant amount of progress on the ones that are left, but I'm not going to call it quits just yet. I'd like to continue on with this and see how far I can go. It's just the 7 products now, so I have a neat little stack if I put this one on top too. So I have a neat little stack of products that I'm still working on. It's not everything in all of the palettes, but the ones that I am working on, I hope to continue with that and to make at least some progress, if not visible to the natural eye. Maybe if I can get some pictures taken, I can at least compare it to the first pictures that I had and give you the final pictures for the end of December. We are going to be traveling over Christmas and the week following that, so I don't know that I'm going to be filming ahead of time, or if I will just take a break, and hope that you are enjoying your break as well. But please do be sure to check back. Go ahead and hit the like button if you like Project Pan, and if you like hanging out with me and are as excited about my progress as I am, and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to join me again. I really appreciate all of my subscribers, and I hope to see you next time.